The Eschering Song from the Cosmos. Night has fallen on the small Canadian town of Penticton, where city lights don't reach far above the horizon. On a remote hilltop, the CHIME, Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment, telescope stands like a sleepless sentinel. It doesn't watch the sky with its eyes. It listens beat by beat. Don't let the like button be lonely. Don't let the share button wither. And don't let the subscribe button wait for you forever. The sky is so quiet that you could hear your own heartbeat if you were patient enough. There's nothing but the wind rustling through the grass and the clatter of metal plates against each other as the temperature drops. But inside the control center, a team of scientists are standing guard in front of the screens, waiting for something unusual. And then it happens. A brief signal, lasting only a few milliseconds, so fast that it was barely possible to react, but carrying as much energy as the sun emits in a day. An invisible bump from somewhere in the depths of space. Not a radio signal from satellite, nor a technical glitch. It came, flashed, and then disappeared. On the radar screen, it was just a sharp, raised line, a small slash across the time axis. But to the astronomers, it was a code, an indecipherable whisper. It had no precedent, no known source, no sign of recurrence. A young scientist, his eyes still on the screen, muttered, "If there's someone out there, is this how they knock?" The words were swallowed up by the hum of machinery and the flood of data. But doubt had already been planted in the minds of the group. The universe had always been silent, but now it had spoken. Invisible snaps from outer space. The signal is called a fast radio burst, or FRB. A burst of radio waves that is extremely powerful, but also extremely short. It's like a silent snap of the fingers, but it can shake the Milky Way. An FRB is not a sound that humans can hear with their ears. It's in the radio spectrum, the same type of signal as television, GPS, or satellite communications, but in a much more extreme form. When it was first detected, scientists didn't even dare to believe the data. They assumed it was a mechanical error, a signal from some nearby electronic device. But when other observatories began reporting similar signals, skepticism turned to curiosity, and then to obsession. No explanation. No one knew where the FRB came from, only that it wasn't the Milky Way. That is, it didn't come from nearby stars or nearby planets. It came from an unimaginably distant place. Millions, billions of light years away. That means the signal was emitted when Earth was still in the depths of the Ice Age, or even before our ancestors stood upright. And what's even more shocking, it's not a one-time occurrence. Is the universe talking to us? Imagine you're in a deserted countryside. The night sky is silent. And suddenly, from thousands of miles away, someone knocks on your door. Just one. From nowhere. From whom? Not again. What would you do? That's exactly what happened to humanity. And like creatures fascinated by mystery, we set out to find out. Every observatory is tuned to listen. Each scientist began to scan the data in vain. And then, as if by magic, the knocks came back. But not in the same place, not from the same direction, but from all over the universe. A prelude to a cosmic symphony? This movement was just the first note in a long symphony that was slowly unfolding. The FRB was not an isolated phenomenon. It was the prelude to something bigger, deeper, and more terrifying. Was someone out there testing our ability to listen? Or was it just the natural chaos of a universe that didn't care about our tiny presence? We didn't know. But as the night fell and the telescopes turned to the sky, the people kept listening. Listening for faint knocks, for sound without words, in the hope that one day we will understand what the universe is trying to say. And so, the hunt begins, not for people, but for signals. A distant echo, perhaps sent before we existed, but finally here. What are FRBs? The unseen lightning through time. Chapter 2. FRBs Explained. The unseen lightning through time. If you were walking through a stormy night and suddenly a bolt of lightning ripped through the sky, you would be startled. The light flashed, the sound echoed, and then all quickly returned to silence. Now imagine a bolt like that, but it didn't emit light. You didn't see it. You didn't hear it. But if you had a sensitive enough ear, a device that could listen to the universe, you would detect something had happened. That is the nature of a fast radio burst, or FRB, an invisible bolt of lightning, an extremely powerful and mysterious call from deep within the universe, lasting only a blink of an eye, but carrying enough energy to melt an entire planet. Incredibly fast. FRBs are very short bursts of radio waves, lasting only 0.001 to a few milliseconds. That means if you blinked, an FRB would have come and gone thousands of times before your eyelids closed. And despite their extremely short lifespans, FRBs can contain as much energy as the sun emits in a day, or even more. They don't glow, they don't heat, and they're completely invisible to the naked eye. Only radio telescopes can hear them. What's so strange? FRBs aren't all around us. They come from far away, very far away, billions of light years away. That means every FRB you've caught today was emitted when life on Earth was still in the bacterial stage. It travels through space. It travels through time, a signal of a cosmic accident or a deliberate message. When first discovered, scientists thought it might be a special astronomical event, a collapsing neutron star, or a black hole that eats the surrounding matter. It could be the remnants of a supernova explosion or two dead stars orbiting each other and colliding. But if it's just a cosmic accident, why do some FRBs repeat themselves so many times? If it's an explosion, how can it happen from the same point in the universe, in a nearly perfect cycle? The question that has the scientific community puzzled is, someone try to transmit a signal? The difference between FRBs and other cosmic phenomena. In the universe, there are many types of waves, from light waves, gamma rays, X-rays, to gravitational waves. Each type carries its own secrets. Pulsars emit regular pulses, like cosmic clocks. Quasars shine brightly at the centers of galaxies. Gamma ray bursts last tens of seconds and are millions of times more powerful than the sun. But FRBs are different. They follow no rules. They can appear at any time, from any place, like flashes of lightning on a dark canvas. Some FRBs come once and never come back. Some FRBs return at strange intervals. Some FRBs seem to come from nowhere, a completely empty corner of the sky, a hole in human understanding. We used to believe that the Earth was the center of the universe. We used to think the universe was silent. We used to arrogantly think we understood everything about light and waves. But FRBs are a reminder that there are things still hidden behind the curtain of space. There are signals we have only just learned to listen for, but are not yet capable of understanding. Some scientists call FRBs echoes of the early universe, or signs of the fabric of space being torn. Others are more blunt. We're hearing something, but we don't have the words to describe it. Connections to the unseen. FRBs may not only be mysteries, they may be keys. Astronomers are using FRBs to understand dark matter, the unseen substance that makes up more than 80% of the universe's mass. Measure distances between galaxies by analyzing how FRBs bend or slow as they pass through intergalactic gas. Simulate a three-dimensional map of the universe through each flash. In other words, FRBs are more than just strange. They're signs that could help us see the invisible. What if it's a form of communication? FRBs are very much like a snap, a rhythmic, cyclical signal, not random. If you lived in a world without sound, you would communicate through light by blinking like Morse code. What if another civilization didn't use light, but rather powerful radio waves, broadcasting an FRB-like signal to say something? Maybe they knew how to send a signal that could travel across billions of light years, through all the dust in space, and reach a place where it could be heard. We don't know if that's true, but the scary thing is, we can't prove it wrong. In the cold, isolated heart of the universe, something has spoken. Maybe it's just a blind echo of nature. But maybe someone is whispering to us through invisible flashes of lightning that travel through space and time. One-time signals, ghosts on the radio waves. Imagine you're listening to a piece of music from space, but instead of a coherent melody, you only catch a single note. That note plays and then fades away forever. No one knows where it came from, no one knows why it was emitted, and most importantly, it never repeats. These are the one-time FRBs, ghosts of the universe. The ones that appear as a whisper and then fade away. The first appearance, FRB 010724, on July 24, 2001, at a radio observatory in Australia. A scientist was analyzing old data when he noticed a strange signal. It was a very short, very strong radio pulse, coming from a very far away place. Little did he know at the time that he had just found the first FRB ever recorded by humanity, later named FRB 010724. It appeared exactly once. No repeats, no trace, no notable galaxy in the area. Just a single pop, and then silence. Hundreds of signals, but all ghostly. Since then, telescopes have picked up more and more FRBs, but most of them were one-offs. What was strange about these signals was that they were not periodic. They did not come from regions of exploding stars or supermassive black holes. There was no astronomical phenomenon associated with them. They came and went like whispers of darkness, leaving no trace but a flash on the radio record. If they were cosmic events, why wasn't there an explosion? Many theories have been put forward. Could it be a collision between a neutron star and a black hole? But why is there no light, X-rays, or gamma rays? Could it be a white dwarf exploding? But why is the signal so strong? Or is it just electromagnetic interference on Earth? But the instruments are precisely calibrated to rule that out. Whatever the case, one fact remains. We can't find their source. What could these ghost waves be? Astronomers have divided FRBs into two groups. Non-repeating FRBs, those that emit a signal only once, never again. Repeating FRBs, those that emit multiple signals from the same coordinates. The existence of the second group, repeating FRBs, makes the first group even more puzzling. If some signals can repeat, why do some only emit once? Are one-time FRBs the result of a rare cosmic accident that destroys the source? Or are they intentional, sent out just once, like the ancients sending their final arrow into the darkness? Some scientists have likened one-time FRBs to an SOS signal from a dying civilization. No one answers, and no one will ever send another. Time-traveling ghosts. Did you know that the light from these FRBs was emitted billions of years ago? That means, if someone sent the signal, they could have died before humans evolved into apes. We are simply hearing the last words of a fallen civilization, spoken back when Earth was still a hot pile of lava. We are hearing the past, and that makes it all the more creepy. FRB hunting, a journey between light and darkness. Here are the strangest things about one-off FRBs. FRB 180924 came from a galaxy 3.6 billion light-years away, but the source was in a completely empty region, with no stars or activity. FRB 150418 seemed to be the first signal to find its source, but then disappeared forever, leaving the astronomers baffled. FRB 121102 was an exception because it was a repeater but started out as a one-off FRB until it was detected a few months later at the same coordinates. So how many seemingly one-off FRBs are actually periodic signals, but we don't have the technology to track them for longer? Could it be they just tried it once? Suppose an alien civilization did exist. Suppose they tried to send out an urgent, powerful message just once, hoping someone would listen. A one-time FRB could be the final death knell of a civilization. A last-ditch effort to avoid oblivion, like a drowning man, screaming once into the ocean, then being swallowed by the darkness. One-time FRBs are like ghosts that pass through the night. They don't demand to be understood, nor do they beg to be discovered. They just appear, a faint trace of something that once was a message in a bottle drifting in the cosmic sea. And we are the bottle pickers trying to decipher a lost language. The repeating signals when the universe starts to speak. Chapter 4. The repeating signals when the universe starts to speak. Imagine, amidst the endless silence, there is a knock on the door. It doesn't knock once, but repeatedly in an unintelligible rhythm. It's not loud, it's unclear, but it's unmistakable. Someone or something is trying to communicate something. And it's not just imagination. Satellite antenna FRB 121102, the endless whisper of darkness. On November 2nd, 2012, another FRB was detected, just like the others, strong, short, and lasting only a few milliseconds. But strange things started to happen when the signal came back. Not once, not twice, more than 200 times over the course of many years. All from a precise coordinate in the sky. Its name, FRB 121102, a name that will go down in history as the first